So I want to do a quick few videos detailing expansions, changes, modifications I've made to various board games that I own. The first one we are looking at here is Flashpoint Fire Rescue, also the Extreme Danger expansion, which I happen to have. I'm not entirely sure which box this modification is in, which is why I've grabbed both of them. Pretty sure this is just going to be boards in this box. You can also see here actually a printout that I did of a German, like, sausage fest, I think it is. Not, you know, the sausage eating contests, beer stuff as well, in Germany. Not, you know, never mind. I don't actually have the paper board I made for that. I seem to have lost that at some point. That's a small thing I printed off of Board Game Geek. The main thing I have is in this box here. So, the base game, or the entire premise of Flashpoint is to rescue survivors from a burning building. Rescue them so that they don't become non-survivors. The regular game comes with these various tokens, miniatures, not miniatures, just tokens of blank or people point of interest. So these are face down on the board. You flip it, it may be a person you have to save, or a dog in that case, or it may just be nothing. That's all well and good. The Kickstarter edition for the game came with other onesie tokens, so there could be like a victim that has an oxygen tank, for example, and if they end up burning in a fire, their oxygen tank actually explodes. There's things like heavy victims which require more firefighters to use, things like that. I understand why Kickstarter exclusives exist, and generally speaking I don't have a problem with them. Especially if they're just art related, but in the case of adding more replay value to a game, like fundamentally changing aspects of the game, I don't appreciate that. And it ends up, if you miss the Kickstarter, becoming impossible to find those expansions or other items. A couple of promo cards here and there, sure, go ahead, but changing the fundamental, like, half of the game of rescuing these people, I didn't quite appreciate that. Again, I understand why it's necessary, but it's still annoying. So, I took an idea from Board Game Geek, which I saw. Somebody made a deck of cards. So this is my deck of point of interest cards. There are various bad ones and various good ones. So these are all the bad ones, and when it flips around here, these are all the good ones. So instead of taking the 5 blank tokens and 10 victim tokens, like you would do in the normal base game, you take 5 bad POIs and 10 good POIs. So these bad ones are things like just smoke develops in this space, or hazmat, something which explodes, draft, which I believe closes the doors, other hazmats collapse, so you have to end up using black cubes and wasting your black cubes, hotspots, add hotspots to the map, which can be dangerous, just straight up adding fire, gas mains, things like that. I have a whole bunch in here of various ones. Decaying, you're just removing the black cubes. Blowout, which I believe just opens all the doors, which can be really bad if there's smoke on one side of the door and fire on the other side, because the smoke ends up catching on fire. Things like rubble and false image. So you have to end up adding more stuff to the deck, things like that. There's a whole bunch of variety. I'm not going to go through everything. I may release a list that I have of everything eventually if you want to make your own version of this deck. And I'm constantly adding more to it, so whenever a deal comes up on ArtsCow or CowCow, I may have a couple of other card ideas that I end up printing and adding to the deck here. And then this is the victims deck. So these are things like critically wounded victims, which may require more treatment, unconscious victims which cannot be treated, panic victims who might try to run away, stuff like that. Victims with a cell phone, so they don't actually require a firefighter to move with them. Just lightly wounded victims. The oxygen tank, like I was talking about before. Heavy victims. asthmatic victims who can't go through smoke, things like that. Whole bunch of different names, whole bunch of different people, just regular wounded. I also have monkeys. I think there's giraffes and elephants and stuff. There's 6 different animals. What the animals do is they will actually, you have to attempt to catch an animal first, so they can be a bit of a pain to deal with. And there's various ones that go through here. People that are trapped under rubble, and there's that giraffe there. Yeah, whole bunch of different ones. I'm not sure if there's any others hiding at the back. There's the bird, oxygen tank. Yeah, no other ones hiding at the back, I don't think. There is also a cat lady, which I have somewhere in that deck. They may have flashed by and I missed it, but they essentially introduce these cat tokens to the board, and you have to find the cats before the cat lady will leave. Other things like that. It's kind of interesting. So you take 10 of these at random, 10 of the bad things at random, or 5 of the bad things at random, 10 of the good things at random. So you never quite know what's going to come up in the game. These pictures, by the way, I found a website to make some sort of avatar, something like that, and then I just ended up making that. Every one of these cards has a unique avatar, so I ended up making a whole bunch of avatars. That took me a long time to do, and then I used a name generator just to generate the names, and then other little icons like the little scratches kind of on their face that you can see if that comes into focus there. Things like that, or the cell phone image as well. Just added in a GIMP or Inkscape, one or the other. Yeah, it's just a nice little addition to the game. Make some variety. Everything's a little bit different as you play, and it kind of replaces that Kickstarter expansion, which I won't have.